Hey guys, I got the Bowflex C6 spin bike about a month ago and I've put almost 130 miles on it so far and I'm really happy with it. As you might imagine, I purchased it because of quarantine. I'm mostly a runner. I run 3 or 4 days a week, but on the off days I like to cross train and I would usually go to a gym to do that. The gym is not a place that I'm going to feel safe going to for a while now. So I thought it would be a good investment to have a bike of my own. I picked this one after reading a lot of the reviews out there because it seemed most similar to the type of bike that I would use at the gym. One thing that I didn't realize before I bought this is that Bowflex is actually owned by a company called Nautilus, and they own Schwinn, and the Schwinn IC4 bike is exactly the same thing, just rebranded, and it's $150 cheaper. So if you can, and if the shipping is okay on that one, I would go for the Schwinn IC4 instead. So I'm going to split this video up into a few different sections, and I'll be using the new chapters feature on YouTube. So if you hover your mouse below, you should see different sections, and so you can skip around to whatever is the most convenient for you or whatever you're looking for. I'm going to cover shipping and what that's like during COVID, setup, usage of the bike, and apps. As of June 23rd, when I'm recording this voiceover, the bike has a shipping estimate of 45 business days. When I ordered mine in early April, they gave me an estimate of 30 business days, but I actually received it in 21. So if we divide those, we get a ratio of 0.7, and assuming the ratio stays the same, you can expect to receive yours in 31.5 business days. Your mileage may vary. I know demand is really high right now for home exercise equipment. I will share a link to a Reddit thread that I found where people are posting their shipping estimates versus their actual times that they're receiving the bikes. The bike itself took about an hour to set up. It was pretty straightforward with a couple caveats. I didn't see this in the instructions, and it may or may not have been there. I wasn't reading them that closely. But with this tightener, what you might run into is that as you're tightening it, this handle can be obstructed by parts of the bike that are around it. And you can work around that by, it's actually spring-loaded, and you just have to pull up on the handle, and you can see that it releases there. And then you can basically ratchet this on. The box comes with the bike, 2 of these 3-pound dumbbells, a Bluetooth heart rate monitor, and a protective rubber mat that you can set below the bike. I really like the adjustability of the bike itself. You can raise the handlebars up and down. The seat moves forward and backwards and up and down, and the resistance is very easy to tune. The bike has magnetic resistance, and so it's extremely quiet. One annoyance I ran into was the water bottle placement. When you stand up, there's a tendency to knock your knees on the water bottle. I worked around that by just raising up the handlebars to give some more clearance to my knees, and it really hasn't been a problem since then. It does plug into the wall to power the display and the Bluetooth sensor for speed. The pedals themselves come with clips for SPD cleats. If you don't have those, I definitely recommend picking up some cycling shoes that have this mount on them. It lets you clip in, and it gives you a better workout because you're using your hamstring muscles on the upstroke. You'll notice that in comparison with the Peloton that this does not have a screen, and I actually see this as an advantage because you're not locked into the Peloton ecosystem. You can use any app that just has a Bluetooth connection to the speed sensor. To use apps with the bike, you just set your tablet in the holder, you open up whatever app, in this case I'm using Zwift, press the pairing button on the bike, and then it should show up in just a second. There it is. And then if you want to use the heart rate monitor, it's the same process, just press the button. There are several apps that you can use with it. I've really only tried Zwift, and that's been my favorite one so far. You're basically in a video game with thousands of other people from around the world. I like Zwift because it really gamifies the whole experience of being on a spin bike. Normally I'll have something on the TV as I'm riding, but it is nice having that camaraderie of a shared experience with hundreds of other people from around the world. I did a little bit of research and put together a list of comparison of apps that you might want to try. I've already talked about Zwift. It's $15 a month after the free 30-kilometer trial. Peloton has a free 30-day trial, and then it's $12.99 a month after. And then RGT, I have not tried, but I read good things, and that's actually free for their premium tier during the pandemic, and normally it's $14.99 a month. Thanks so much for watching. I hope it was helpful, and if you have any questions or anything I can clarify, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you, and stay well.